were not afraid to use it.
Would you say I have a plethora?
A what?
A plethora.
Oh, yes. You have a plethora.
What is a plethora?
Why?
Well, you told me I have a plethora, and I just would like to know if you know what a plethora is, Jefe. What is a plethora?
Texas Homegrown Radio and DallasOnAir.com.
Dirty floors? Not a problem with the new Taylor Swiffer.
Hard floors, maybe they need cleaning. I know what will leave them gleaming. The new Taylor Swiffer mop.
Yes, the new Taylor Swift.
Lightweight, easy to carry. Picks up messes that are hairy.
Thank you,
and
Taylor.
Dust and dirt and other things that you've got.
Taylor, they've got the idea now. The new Taylor Swiffer. It just keeps going and going. Just like you know who. Taylor, stop singing. Enough, Taylor. Shut up.
Hey y'all, this is Cody Braun with Reckless Kelly, coming to you live from Cabo, Mexico. You're listening to The Morning Ride with Jody Lee.
I do lessons.
Quiet on the set. Just kidding. Hey y'all, this is Billy Joe Jones, and you're listening to The Morning Ride on Texas Homegrown Radio.
I think we just need a little music.
It's the morning ride. Live from the Rockstar Ranch at Texas Homegrown Studios, it's the morning ride.
Come on, Dewey. Join the party.
No, Dewey, you don't want this. Get out of here.
You know what? I don't want no hangover. I can't get no hangover.
It doesn't give you a hangover.
Get addicted to it or something?
It's not habit forming.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know. I don't want to overdose on it.
You can't OD on it.
It's not going to make me want to have sex, is it?
It makes sex even better.
Sounds kind of expensive.
It's the cheapest drug there is. You don't want it.
I think I kind of want it.
Okay, but just this once. Come on in.
The Morning Ride on Texas Homegrown Radio.
Welcome back in. It is the Morning Ride right here on Texas Homegrown Radio.
Live from Texas Homegrown Studios.
Right, Double D tuned in. Good morning, Double D.
What's up to dip?
Bring us some barbecue. Ben wants some of that Double D barbecue.
I need, when you go up there, get you a brisket breakfast burrito.
I'm headed there after this.
You know what else is good?
Hell
you so we helped with a singer-songwriter deal they did. So every week I would just tell Dana, fix me something. I want to try something different every time. And I tell you what, that brisket grilled cheese is hard to beat.
What?
Throw a little jalapenos in there?
Oh, man. It was like this thick.
It'll kick your butt.
It was a brisket grilled cheese sandwich. It was amazing.
Man, my mouth is watering. I want to go eat now.
I'm glad I tried it because now I can't have bread because I'm trying to find new things I can give up that make me happy in life. And
you wrap a little lettuce all around there?
No.
Lettuce
I don't eat vegetables anymore. I only eat meat. So
How long have you been doing that?
For about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I could get on.
I haven't really
It's
lost a
made
lot
a
of weight,
difference,
but I
man.
feel better.
Yeah.
Like, I think I feel better.
It takes time, yeah.
And my skin's, feels better. Like, I don't know.
You're starting to look like Joe Rogan, man.
That's my goal.
He's carnivore diet guy.
I'm gonna shave my head, get all buff.
Yep.
And start doing going to MC some fights.
Yeah, why not?
Bum fights or something, you know.
Well,
bum fights.
Maybe Joe Rogan give you some pointers on how to deal with Gavin Adcock, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him out in the ring.
Since you dreamed about it,
I'm gonna bring him out in the ring and Jeb's little redneck battle thing.
No, we should call it County Beefs.
County Beefs. I love that.
Yes. Every town needs
brought
one.
to you by Double D Barbecue.
Yes. Everybody
Redneck
needs
Beefs.
Every town needs a County Beef
genius.
center.
They do.
Redneck Beefs brought to you by Double D Barbecue.
Yeah, right. And then you can.
And if you get your teeth knocked out, you still can eat Double D barbecue.
They can announce it on the news. They could be like, "All right, this on the local news, yeah. So this week on Thursday, we're gonna have such and such and such and such, and just go through all the different fights that are happening."
In honor of Gavin Adcock breaking his ribs, we'll have a special on ribs this week at Double D Barbecue.
That's
for
good.
every rib that gets broken, you save $1.
Oh my god. That's good stuff.
Whenever I got fat from all my heart stuff, that was one of my comebacks. Was because me and Jeb, I don't know why people want to tell me that I'm fat. Like I didn't notice. Like I just woke up one day.
You know you gained weight.
Yeah. Oh crap! I didn't notice. I thought my clothes were tight this morning.
Thanks for telling me.
But so I came up with different ones, but one of them was that we played barbecue places at the time, and they charged by the pound, and I thought we would too. We just trying to make as much money as we can. Jeb was like, "You got to take one for the team, man." And the other ones were I was carrying Bree Bagel's baby. I was booking us, and they wanted bigger artists, so I just kept eating. We had some pretty good ones.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, you've always ate healthier than anybody I've ever met.
I know. It's because of my heart stuff. But I had this one girl come up to me. She goes, "Oh, my God, you got really fat."
She said that.
I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm allergic to stupid people." And they walk up, I just swell right up. Like, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
And one of them told me, one girl, she was drunk. She told me like 3 times in one night. And I just kept going, okay. So finally, I was like, "Look, I can lose weight. Can you get pretty?"
Oh.
I'm like, if you didn't get it the 3rd time, like that's rude.
Boom, roasted.
Verbal slap.
Take that.
Verbal slap. Coup de grace.
So there was no 4th time.
There was no 4th time. She got it after that one.
I think she went home after that.
Yeah, she went home and ate some ice cream. She's probably gained weight like me now.
Looked up new makeups on Amazon.
Oh no, I'm fat like him. He's right.
Oh, man. I can lose weight. You can't get pretty. That's real talk.
I think I would have been good at rap battles. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mama Joke. You know that show? Remember they had the You Mama? I was like, I could have been so good at that. God.
You definitely need to announce the county beefs thing. I can't get over that
for sure.
I got out of
county beefs.
Me and my
Nobody gets
friend,
arrested.
Me and my friend Ryan, we almost got attacked in Dallas one time back in. Well, we shouldn't have been there, but we were in Deep Ellum, and that's back when it was pretty wild before the yuppies moved in.
It's still pretty bad.
It's still, yeah. And these guys surrounded us at his truck, and we were the white guys. You know, and they were like gonna take our money. Like it was just gonna happen, like pretty much. And I just started making jokes about being a cracker, and the big guy started laughing, like the leader. And I was like, I got him now. And because one of them called me a cracker, and I just went with it. And I was like, you're right, I am a cracker. And when I'm out dancing, I'm a club cracker. and people, the girls call me an animal cracker.
Your buddies are like, stop it, Jody, stop it.
My buddy was like, what are you doing? And I was like, but you don't want to fight me. I'll be a saltine cracker. I will get salty. And that's all the guy like, you know. I'm like, all right, got it. So I just kept going, and finally he goes, y'all are cool. And they just left us alone. My friend goes, I never seen anybody win a fight with dad jokes. I was like, yeah, it hurt way less than like actually fighting.
That's incredible.
That's when I learned I could use my brain.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. And then on the way home, I just kept thinking of cracker jokes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many crackers. Right. Like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, yeah, when I'm drunk, I'm a soup cracker.
I need to get on this carnivore diet.
When I'm corny, I'm a cheese cracker.
There's a lot of crackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of different kinds of crackers. Yeah. At supper, I'm a chicken and a biscuit cracker. That was a dumb one. That's bad. Stop, Jeb.
Stop it. Yeah, so
get on my level.
I used the 8 Mile trick. I just started making fun of me, you know?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do now?
That's awesome.
Mic drop.
That would be funny. Funnier though if they still robbed you.
I got more cracker jokes.
Like, dang it. And they stole your jokes.
Yeah, if they took my money, I'd be like, well, how am I going to buy crackers now? Now I'm a broke cracker.
Yeah.
It's like the last one in the package.
Oh, God.
They're walking away with your money. I'm a broke cracker.
I'm like the last one in the package. Oh, I'm a broke cracker. Thanks a lot.
You're still cracking jokes after they
ain't
rob
nothing
you.
but crumbs. That's crummy. It's crummy of you. Hope you go home and think about that. Every time you eat a cracker, you're going to see my face.
Dude, this is a Saturday Night Live skit at this point.
I used to want to write skits for them. That's what I wanted to do. Then I decided I didn't want to live in New York.
Nobody wants to live in New York.
We were just talking about that. I wrote one when Titanic came out. I wanted to do the Titanic, but with the cast of the Love Boat. So it'd be like Isaac the bartender trying to like give relationship advice and serve drinks while everybody's sliding down to the other end.
You ain't right, Jody.
The Love Boat, exciting and new.
I feel like
I need newer references.
I feel like the inside of your mind is like Robot Chicken. Like if you watch Robot Chicken, just
yeah,
all
it's
random
just less
crap
pedophile-y. Yeah. Yeah, that dude's like a pedophile.
Are you serious?
Yeah, what Seth?
They all are apparently.
Yeah, I think
freaking all of Hollywood.
They are all. Yeah.
They're all. But you know what's messed up is none of them will go to jail because nobody ever goes to freaking jail in Hollywood. They're like, oh, I accidentally killed somebody. Okay.
You know who else?
You're
Except for Martha Stewart.
You know who else I think is?
Oh, yeah,
is like we were talking about this the other day.
That was just for money embezzlement, not for like heinous crimes.
Yeah, that was like a little distraction over here. Like, oh, we do put people in
these
jail.
people are like the devil, and they're just like, oh, yeah, we'll deal with them later. You never hear about it.
Well, okay. So we used to like cruise to songs. Me and Jeb were talking about this yesterday after the show. But there's this Motley Crue song, right? I used to jam to it, and I guess I didn't listen to the lyrics back then.
Oh, God, dude.
Listen to the lyrics of this Motley Crue song. It's all in the name of rock and roll, right?
And this was a hit for them.
This was a big hit, and here's the lyrics. She's only 15. She's the reason I can't sleep. You say illegal. I say legal's never been my scene.
Whoa.
I try like hell, but I'm out of control. And it says, all in the name of rock and roll, all in the name of rock, all in the name of rock and roll, all in the name of rock. For sex and sex, I'd sell my soul, all in the name of rock and roll. Pretty, so innocent. She says, you ain't seen nothing yet. Brings me a dirty, dirty magazine. There she was for all the world to see. Oh, yeah, I try like hell, but I'm out of control.
Yeah, it's pretty
She
aggressive.
says to me, Daddy, can I have some candy? Want to be your nasty anytime you want. You know you can have me. Like what?
Yeah.
Like and never like
how do people
we were
not
cruising
know?
back in the day, but then you have a daughter and you hear these songs. It's like that's not right. Like it changes everything.
Yeah.
Once you have a kid.
But now, how did people not know this crap was going on for all these years when they're putting out songs literally talking about it?
Well, I was in junior high and I was like jamming out to Tone Loc singing about the Funky Cole Medina, and that's about putting Spanish fly in people's drinks.
What the hell is
And that was a big
Spanish
hit.
fly?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's like when you put like what they're doing in Nashville, and they're putting it in girls' drinks and drugging their drinks or whatever.
Oh, roofies?
Roofies, yeah.
Riffling?
They used to call it Spanish fly.
I only know about that because.
But it like says on the Tone Loc song,
You roofied yourself?
and a lot of people don't know. Like I was telling people that, and they're like, "I didn't know that's what that's about." I'm like, "Go back and read the lyrics."
Well, here's one
It
I
says,
need help with.
Put a little
so-
Latina in her glass, and a girl will come will crick is one of the lines.
That's messed
Yeah.
Help me figure out this one because I need to either quit covering this song because of this or
Okay.
it's okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Bruce Springsteen. I'm on fire. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home?
Yeah,
Did it
that's
go
creepy.
and leave you all alone?
Dude, Waylon had one too. You know, Waylon.
They used to all have those about daddy, call me daddy. That's weird.
Like, is it?
Only daddy that'll walk the line. And the first lyrics in that were, ever since you was a little teeny bitty girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. And you
that's
gotta do
weird.
some thinking, and you'll find you got the only daddy that'll walk the line.
Yeah,
Man.
they used to say it was different.
That
though,
was a
you know?
big thing.
Yeah.
That he was saying that all the time on TV and stuff. But
Yeah.
you know,
But it was different times. Joe.
Different times.
Different times.
Maybe they
That's
just
what
meant different things by the words they were saying.
Probably. Yeah,
I think
the
that's what
daddy
it was.
thing was because.
stuff's weird.
Yeah, I think the daddy thing wasn't creepy. Like it was just their slang back in the day.
Well,
I
like
think
the
it's slang.
20s,
like like Daddy-O, Hey Daddy. You know?
That's what I'm talking about, too.
1920s and 1930s.
But
yeah.
like that Motley Crue song, that's on the nose.
But you know, in Waylon's defense, he was going off of Jimmy Rogers, and he's from the 20s and 30s when everything was Daddy-O, hey Daddy-O.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think he.
Just an older phrasing of things.
Yeah, things are different.
All of them got that weirdness.
But that Motley Crue one's straight up.
bad.
That's off. Yeah,
That's straight up
He said
pedophile.
15.
Yeah, and Legal's never been my scene.
Yeah.
But there was a bunch of that in the 80s, you know, like, I mean, you had Winger with She's Only 17. And then there's a bunch of other ones. They're coming all over the reels now. Like, you see the freaking old 80s songs.
Yeah, we
They're
didn't
starting
know
to get
though.
pumped up in the
We
mix
were
a
just
little
cruising
bit.
in our IROC Z with the T-tops off.
And
We didn't know what it was saying.
And there's those people now that'll like take the song and then they'll like highlight the lyrics and just point at it. And they're like, you know, and it's
That's
like,
why,
it's all
folks,
coming to
lyrics
fruition.
matter. Listen to the lyrics, okay?
Seriously, music is hypnotism.
Yeah.
You know, it is. It's music is hypnotic. The frequencies, they mess around in your brain.
Yeah.
And so whatever the message is behind the music or in the music, that's what is
You
being
know what?
incepted into people's brains.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Like, you know, like there's so many now that like are like these big artists that are like turning like devil worshiper, like that
Yeah.
Sam Hunt dude.
They always were.
That's been around for a bit.
Yeah,
They always
like-
were.
like-
But now it's in the award
like
shows.
they don't even hide it anymore.
That's the part that's like in your face
Yeah.
big time
In your
now.
face.
They-
They're
It's too
wearing
much.
devil horns and
yeah,
stuff.
they don't even hide it.
Yeah,
That's
Taylor
crazy.
Swift, her chant that she's been doing at her shows, she does like a seance thing with a pentagram and everybody in the place. You're talking thousands of people that are all chanting "Summon the Demon."
And half of them are 15-year-old girls.
And you don't think
Exactly.
that has power? That has a lot of power. You
Yeah.
know, people don't realize it. She thinks it's oh no, you know, she can like
It's
play
part
it
of the
off.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just part of the show and that movie that I am promoting. But no,
Swifties.
the fact is you know,
It's a ritual to glorify
They're
Satan.
worshiping the devil.
Yeah.
It's a cult.
and getting everybody to do it with them.
She's like
Yeah.
David Koresh.
The amount of I'll take David Koresh. The amount of he was at least a good Texas boy.
At least he's at least
No, they were
he just thought he was Jesus.
I mean, the amount you can tell by the amount of money and the time and they put into making those concerts happen in that ritualistic way. You can tell.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
It ain't by
You
accident.
don't do that at your shows, do you?
Hell no. I mean, heavens no.
But this business,
You can tell hell no. Hell no.
this
Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. Heaven yes.
Heaven yes. Amen, brother.
this business is it's a spiritual war. You know, it really is.
It is.
You
It
know,
kind of kept me out of it for a while, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't want to. Everything you heard about the music industry was like that, and I was like, I don't really want to go get all deep in that world.
It's crazy.
but
But country music saved me.
you gotta have good people in it though. Otherwise, who's going to fight the evil?
There
stuff,
is good
you know?
people.
That's true.
You just,
Who's going to put out good messages if only thing you hear on there is the devil's?
You need people with a bigger platform saying the, preaching a good word too.
Sundance Head brought us to church down at the T-Triple-R.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
That was amazing.
That dude can sing.
I got the
Mm-hmm.
chicken.
He doesn't
skins,
sing. He
man.
sings with
Oh,
the A.
yeah.
He could sing.
He took us to church down
yeah,
there.
it was
man.
awesome.
I was
Gave
loving
me
it.
chills. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where it happens right there.
We
They
were
put on
talking
a good
about
show for us there.
Yes, sir.
that. I love that, man.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really was hoping Cross Canadian would play though. They accepted award, but
I thought
because
they
I
were
knew they
supposed
were
to
going to
play.
go there, and I thought they were going to play because I
That's
knew
what I
they were
thought.
going to be there, but they charged too much. They probably couldn't
I
afford
was
them.
it was a little disappointed to have Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen on stage and only have them sing background.
Yeah,
I was like, man.
I thought that was kind of strange.
yeah,
A little bit.
that's true.
But they only got so much time though, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can't have the same people come.
Well,
back and do it
on my
every
word, they
year.
announced all the names, and then didn't say who won because they messed up and they announced the winner of my
Yeah.
category with the category before, and so when I got done, everybody's like, "Who won?" I'm like, "I don't know." I had to go to Facebook and figure it out.
That's where we find
was so-
all
it
the
was so
things.
weird.
Facebook.
Yeah, it
Pretty
was
much.
funny. I was like, I guess that's kind of cool. No one knew I lost either.
I thought I thought I missed it or something. I'm like, did I miss? Like, did they not say? Like, nobody got up there. Nothing
Yeah,
happened.
it was weird.
moved on.
They just kept going, and I was like, yeah. Me and Kayla K. I was like, yeah, FM wouldn't get treated like that.
Yeah, it's just because.
But I do have one of the awards that no one else will ever have because they only did it 1 year. The ultimate. I won the ultimate DJ award.
it only happened once.
And it was all the DJs and every, and I won it. And I didn't think I was going to win it. So I'll be every DJ in every market. So no one can ever
Put
get
that
that
for
one.
the camera real quick.
That one's special. No one will ever get that one again.
You definitely get coolest studio in my book.
After I won it, then everybody complained. They're like, okay, we don't need to do that anymore.
Oops.
Really, probably because Justin for sale. He threw the biggest fit. He was the MC. I could say it now that he's not a DJ anymore, and he got arrested. But he was like the MC of it, and I won, and I was walking in the back, and he was talking trash about me to some other dude. And he was like, "Can you believe that guy beat me?" Like, yes, blah, 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 just going on and on. And Jim Nash and Kerry Dean were standing on the other side of him, and they were up for the award too. And they're just looking at me like, "Uh-oh," because I could have power bombed him, you know. Before I had those
Maybe
dreams, I might have if I'd had.
Maybe should have. Yeah.
And so, but instead, I just tapped him on the shoulder, and he turned around and looked like he'd seen a ghost. And I said, "Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just need to get by." They said the winners have to go upstairs and get their picture made.
That's the way to do it.
And Carrie and Jim started laughing so hard they're like on the floor.
That's hilarious.
Like, kill them with kindness, you know.
I love that.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And then when I got up there, I couldn't find the picture person. We were supposed to take a picture, so the guy that was over the music office in Austin had to take my picture. I took it with Rio Tribbiani from whatever band he was in at the time.
Cool. That's what I'm talking about.
He had a bunch of fringe. Rio's a really big dude and wears fringy jackets. And
Yeah.
he was sweating because it was really hot up there. And when he hugged me, it was like going through one of those car washes. Oh, so many stories. That was when they had it at Arlington Music Hall. It's way cooler at Arlington Live. That's
Was
a
it?
cool place.
Oh man, it was awesome.
Yeah, with the big TVs and everything. Feel like you're at a big shindig.
Yeah.
Fancy.
It was fancy.
Yeah. Is that your first award show to go
That was
to?
my first one, yeah.
It was a
Pretty
good
awesome.
one.
Pretty awesome
One year
stuff.
they had, I guess it was maybe the first year they had it there. They had ZZ Top.
Really?
That played. Was that the year you went? I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah. ZZ
That was
Top
your
killed it.
year before last.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I won the Fly on the Wall award.
Yeah.
No,
They didn't talk about it. It just.
he's probably the only one that's ever like thrown a lizard off the balcony. Though.
I didn't throw it. So, all right. I went outside to smoke, and I caught a lizard out there, and I was like, "What's up, dude?" And I'm like, holding this lizard, and I'm like, well. So I stuck it in my pocket of my vest, you know, and I went back in, and then like I was sitting there, and I could feel it.
out his
I
lizard.
could feel it wriggling in my. So I was like, "Hey, yo, check this out, man!" And I'm showing him this lizard, you know, and it hops out of my hand, runs on the table, runs off, falls down the balcony onto somebody's plate. And they're like, "Ah!" And then it runs over here and takes off, and I'm like.
It's all right. You can say it with announcer voice anytime. You'd be like, and
I
this
whipped out my lizard.
this awkward moment brought to you by Geico.
It's Geico, not Gecko. Yeah, that happened. You know, I don't know where the lizard ended up, but somebody freaked out.
On somebody's plate. That's
They
awesome.
were done
That's
eating,
good.
so
Yeah.
I mean, but it was there.
It was there.
like, shh. And they're like, ah!
You know they've told that story a million
Oh
times.
yeah.
Whipped out his lizard.
Yeah, well,
We have a lot of adventures.
I just, you know, it wasn't my fault.
We have
It
so many
ran and
stories
did
like
that.
from being on the
I thought it was
road.
my
You have
buddy.
weird things that's happened to you going and play shows. Have you had any like strange things that just stick out?
Yeah.
Texas
Yeah.
is full of that.
Well, this was a Colorado one.
Really?
But this is
Oh.
some small town stuff. So
Okay.
I was actually, it was one of the first shows I ever played in. This little tiny town of Guffey, Colorado. There's like 50 people there, and the mayor's a chicken. Literally, like if you look it up on Wikipedia, it used to say like the mayor's a chicken, and they like shoot the mayor out of a can. They shoot chickens out of a cannon, whichever one goes the furthest. Like not like they live and stuff. It's I haven't looked up the story in a while, but
Chickens.
that's not the weird part. So the weird part is I'm playing just to give you the setting. It's beautiful. Shot an elk there not too long ago, but I'm playing at the bar. And people are at the bar and they're looking at the music, but I can see the TVs behind the bar. And I'm playing, and all of a sudden I notice that there is naked people on the TV doing things.
What?
And I'm like, we're not in public, but we're kind of in public, and there's
What bar is this?
porn on a TV. Well, I'd say that one sticks out. It's kind of an odd thing.
Like, I don't
And
think
they
this
just
is
act
our
like
kind of
nothing was
bar,
going on.
Jim.
Well, somebody noticed it like after about like a minute and changed the channel, but how did that happen?
They had it on Cinemax. It's too late for that.
It was weird. It was weird.
Them wrestlers ain't got no clothes.
Yeah.
What kind of bar is this?
That's like what my dad told me when I walked in on him. We're just wrestling.
It's the Bull Moose. The Bull Moose Bar in Guthrie, Colorado.
That's how Joe Rogan got his start right there.
Oh my God!
Got him in a headlock.
What's one of the weird things that happened to you guys at a show?
Oh gosh, there's so many. I don't even know where to start on that one. How about you, Jeb?
No, I've had plenty of weird things happen.
We had one where Jeb fought the owner, or almost did.
I threw him through a table because he wasn't going to pay us.
And then like 30 people were gonna fight Jeb.
There's 60 actually,
by
all
himself.
golfers.
We had this new drummer that had never drummed with us before, and so Jeb's down there, and like all these people were like talking, and Jeb's standing just talking to this one group of guys, like it's about to go down.
Yeah.
And the drummer looked at me. He goes, "Does this happen all the time?" I said, "Yep. We start country, but we end rock and roll." He could not pack his drums up fast enough. He was not going to help us at all. He was like, "I'm out of here."
Well, so it was weird because like I'd made this deal with this dude, and it was a door deal, and he's like, "Yeah, I got all these people coming in, 60 golfers. I'm taking them on a tour, and I'm bringing them back to my bar." And
You're gonna make all that guaranteed money.
Yeah. They're all gonna buy a ticket, and I'm like, okay. And I said, okay, well, anything less than like $800.
Yeah, because you got to pay the band.
Yeah, and I was trying to give him a break. I was like, anything I make under $800, because it's not a very happening town. I was
Yeah.
like, you got to get me the rest of the way there so I can pay my band. He's
which we would
and
not
he goes, yes.
even play for that
he said,
now.
Yes,
but
okay. And, I mean, not by a long shot.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so, we get done with the show. It went pretty good, but all them people, he didn't tell them to come into this side of the bar. They're listening on the other side of the
restaurant.
It was a restaurant and bar.
They just
and
opened
there's
up the
a
door
provider.
so they could watch and listen to us and not have to pay to get in.
And so by the end of the night, I pulled the dude over and I'm like, hey, we're short about $400, so I'm gonna need you to compensate me for that. And he goes, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I said,
we had a deal.
And I was buying a house here and some land, and I was like, I didn't want to,
I was his little.
I didn't want to go to jail because I was about to close on the
Don't
place.
forget, Jeb, you're trying to buy a house. Don't want to go to jail.
So we're at this time we're moving from San Saba, like all kinds of stuff's happening, and so I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. And he walks off, and then I kind of get that twinge, and
Yep.
and instead of going and decking him, I'm like, this is gonna be the last time I come out here ever. And he turns around and goes, and I said,
Oh, man.
So I start chasing him.
Oh, man.
And he goes to get to the doors, and he puts his hands on the doors, and I grab him by his breeches and his shirt, and I jerked him back like this, threw him through the table, and he goes through the table, and he goes, ah! And he jumped up and ran inside, told all them guys that I was trying to fight. At this point, I was like, all right, I'm going to let him go, because I realized, like, oh, crap, I'm about to go to jail. And so he runs in there and goes, he's trying to fight one of your own. And I'm walking back to the stage at this point, go get my stuff. I'm kind of like wound down. I'm like, all right, well, I guess we got screwed on this one. And all of a sudden, 60 guys come through the door. And I'm like, and I turn around and I'm back in it. And I'm like, well, let's go then. And so I'm standing there like this, and I'm like, who's first? Come on. And they're all standing there like, this guy's not walking away. What? Like, we're going to.
No, you took your pearl snout and ripped it open.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I was ready for him. And then all of a sudden,
I'm like, here we go.
And then all of a sudden, I see like my wife come up on one side of me, and this other chick that Jen was the other side of me, and then Jody comes up behind me and just grabs me, picks me up, and goes, "This is not happening, Jen." He's like, "We're out of here." Like, so he walks me over there. Well, come to find out, all them dudes were awesome dudes. And a bunch of them were ex-Army or Special Forces guys and stuff. Which I probably would have got my head stoved in.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But this old man walks up. They all start walking up and giving us wads of cash. They're like, "We're sorry, we didn't pay
know.
you."
Yeah, we didn't know.
We had no
They
idea.
didn't know.
There you go.
Got us, most of the way there. And then this old man, he walks up to me and he goes, "Man," he goes, "how much you short now?" And I was like, "I don't know." And I counted it. It was like about $200. And he's like, "Here's $3." And he goes, "You crazy?" he goes, "I walked out. I said, this boy's about to get his ass whipped." And he goes, "And then I saw you." And then I was like, maybe not, I don't know. He might be crazy enough to get through this.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It was
Tell you what,
fun.
man.
That drummer was scared to death, though. You should have seen
He
his
sure
face
was.
when I was like, yeah.
He sure
We
was.
start country, but we end
But-
rock and roll.
But you know, he sat out in his car and waited till he get paid. Though he sure did. He still wanted his money. But it was a filling
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
it was a filling guy because my drummer got sick, and so I called this guy out from Austin. It was on referral, and
Yeah, it was terrible.
I scared the crap out of that.
That's one of our mini stories, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all made some fans that night against all odds.
Oh man, those
Oh,
guys
yeah.
were awesome.
They're
man.
like, if you
They're
ever
like,
come to Waco,
yeah, we
we're
would
like-
love you guys.
I was in Waco.
No, it was down in San Saba.
Oh.
Yeah, but they
were all
they
from
all
Waco.
were from Waco, and they're like, you should go to
Hill
Waco.
Country is a destination. You know, everybody wants to get out there
Yeah.
and check it out and go and relax. It's just
A lot of fun though.
down there. Another time we found there was it was me and my wife. We're at a place and it was like this Lakeview bar. It was like on a balcony. It sucks getting up there, you know, because you had to walk all the way
Yeah,
up there.
that was
But
terrible.
we invited these two gals from San Saba to come down there, and they were sitting up there and just having a good time, you know. And all of a sudden, one of them starts getting really hammered, and they're hanging out with all these pipeline workers from Ohio, and they've all got their gas station cowboy hats on, you know, and they're all trying to walk like John Wayne through the place because they have no idea how to act in Texas, you know. And all of a sudden, I start noticing that there's like this multicolored foam that's like built up and coming out, and like it's staying a full like
Like
I mean,
a
that ain't
science
normal.
project.
I was like, that ain't normal.
of
He
dirt.
done
Coming
set
out of
some-
where?
She had one of them.
One of the
them
girls' drinks.
aluminum aluminum Michelobes. And I mean, you know, not only will I not let that fly anyways, but
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you know, she doesn't get drunk that easy,
Right.
You know, and she's getting kind of hammered, and her friend's not paying attention because she's like kind of like cupcaking on this other dude over here, not paying attention. So I'm like,
Did you just say cupcaking?
oh yeah, that happened. And so my wife and me
Never
kind
heard
of
that
we
one.
have a little conversation, and at the time I was playing
good
with my
one.
buddy Zach Webb. He was playing like a duo thing with me, and so I told my wife, I was like, go ahead and keep an eye on her, make sure they don't walk off together, you know. And so we get done with her show, and we're packing everything up, and he tries to follow her down to her car, and I said, no, you can just stay right here and hang out. And he goes, what? He swells up like this and takes his cowboy hat off, and throws it on the ground. He's like, come on, I'll get you right now. And I'm like, no, let's not. I was like, just hang out here. And then the barmaids come up. They're like, hey, I mean, you know, it's okay. And I just start grabbing my stuff and walking down. I'm like, nope, not happening.
Yeah.
We get down there, get everything loaded up. Them girls left. You know, the sober ones drove. We let them know, like, hey, y'all don't want to hang out with this big old group of freaking dudes that's obviously drugging your friend. And they were like, yes, thank you for telling. And so we're getting everything, you know, wound up and everything. And here he comes, walking down the dang ring pipe, just like, "Oi, come here!" Yeah. Throws his hat off, you know, and he takes like a 3-step and a big wide swing like this, and I just went like, and I went, boom, hit him in the mouth, and he goes back and falls into the door well of the truck, and one arm's in, and he's like, ugh. And so I kind of grabbed him and like pulled him up and down, you know, and he kind of came to, and I was like, what are you doing? You know? And then the lady's like, the cops are on their way, and I'm like, oh crap. So,
Bye.
and I turn around, and this big old boy Zach Webb, he's like standing right next to my wife, and there's all these guys standing there, and this dude's like, you know, he's a big old dude. He's like 6'2", and he's just standing like this, and all them guys are standing back like,
Don't know what to do.
yeah, they're like, do I jump in the fray, or like, I think this guy's gonna throw me through a window, you know?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's not all fights. We have fun stuff too. We were playing in Fredericksburg one time, and this guy walks in. You know how you can tell, like at a show, if a guy's a musician or not. Like you can just tell, like how they're watching or what, you know.
Oh yeah.
And this dude walked in, and Jeb's in the middle of a song,
Oh, my God.
and I had to pee really bad, and Jeb's in the middle of the song, and I look at this guy, and go, "Hey, you play?" He goes,
Now this
Yeah.
guy looked like he had like the leather jacket and like leather pants and like, you know, black mullet. Like this dude's like,
It's probably legit.
"Yeah."
he
And
looks
I was
like he got off stage somewhere.
But I just needed to go pee, and I'm like, "You play?" He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Come on." And Jeb looked at me like, "What are you doing to me? Like you don't know if this guy."
No, I had my eyes closed singing a song, a real heartfelt song, you know, and I come to, and this guy's sitting next to me, and I'm like, who are you?
But it turned out awesome. Tell
It's
him
like-
why it turned
I
out
look
awesome,
over,
Jeb.
That was the lead singer of the biggest Bee Gees cover band in the
Yeah,
world. They're
like
called
they're-
Bee Gees Gold. They play
they're-
stadium shows.
They're like the only.
Dang.
They're like the only group that the Bee Gees actually like
Endorse.
Endorse, yeah. And so He gets up and
Like they play for hundreds of thousands.
It was
of people
so
in
weird
stadiums.
though. You were playing like George Strait or something. He was thinking like George Strait, but like the Bee Gees.
Yeah, he got in there and he started playing it all Western swing like though. He's like
he could do it all.
Yeah, but he was
but he's
thinking,
like, all my exes live in Texas.
yeah, and then
real
the
Bee Gees
rest
like.
of the group come in and they look like him. Like there was like the bald dude with the beard.
Yeah,
and-
they became them.
So we just
Oh,
took
yeah.
a break and let them get up and do some Bee Gees stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was you know,
You
and
never
then-
know.
And then the next night, because we did 2
in a
6-hour
row,
bandstands up there. We're supposed to
Yeah.
do 4, but the crowd didn't want to leave, you know. And so we
Yeah, we
just
did
kept them
6,
going
yeah.
until they asked us to leave.
Yeah.
And then the next day, this chick shows up with like a sugar daddy, and she's sitting over there, and she almost trips over our gear, like she's trying to like walk up there and talk to
Yeah,
us, and almost
she's
like
sitting right
knocks
in
a
front
bunch
of me.
stuff over. And like the weird stuff starts happening. She starts heckling us real bad, you know. She's like, you know, it plays in Luke Bryan, and we're like, no.
And then she
you know.
tells the guy, "I need some more money, Daddy."
It was
I mean,
weird, bro.
Like they had just got married.
And so
Someone
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like 40 years older than her.
Yeah.
You know, it was that kind of deal.
So finally, the crowd ousts both of them. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, all right, they're all like, get out of here, get out of here. Like they're all
While I
chanting
was in
at
the
him,
middle
like-
of a song with my eyes closed.
and then this like very Karen-esque kind of woman walks up and just walks over to her and is like, you need to get out of here now.
They like threw her out. The crowd did.
Yeah, and so like
I like
they
it.
leave, and then all of a sudden that chick walks back, and she like comes up to the gate and she's looking, and she opens it real quick and like runs through and like grabs handfuls of our merch, and she's like, ha ha, and runs off.
She stole our merch.
Man.
One guy that was there, he worked for the government, but he couldn't really tell me like what he did. Like he was like important.
Oh yeah.
Sure he was.
I'm pretty sure he seemed like that. Like he could. Like, and I think it was his wife that threw her out. Like,
Dude,
and they came both nights to
it was-
watch.
that
But
was
it was
awesome.
crazy night. That was.
But she was
nuts.
like, the chick that threw out was a very like momish, like, you do not want to argue with this lady.
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
all.
she was like done with
She's
it.
like, you need to leave now.
And they
I was
actually
like,
locked the gate. They weren't even closed yet, and they locked the gate so that the girl couldn't come back in.
we got all our people here.
Yeah, we're full. Sorry.
yeah, stuff like
This
that
is
all
nuts.
the time.
Man, I won't let anybody get on stage and play and sing anymore. I don't think not
It's a
too terribly
it's
long ago.
chancy.
It's real chancy.
Yeah.
I used to do it, and you know I'm always happy for people used to let me do that.
Yeah.
It's
But
cool.
like the last
But
time
it's
I got
different
tricked
if you-
so bad.
It's different if you know that they can play.
Yeah, they
Or
if I
yeah.
know they can play. But man, this guy he sent 2 chicks up. This is my theory. So 2 chicks come up and they're like, hey, can you let our friend play?
Oh yeah.
And
he's amazing.
And like he's so good, he's so
like-
good.
you'll love
And then you know I see him sitting back there and he's dressed like you would expect. Like I was just kind of like, okay, he might be really good. Like he might be like, you know. So then his friends come up. He's like, hey, you know, it's can our friend play like his bachelor party thing? And like he's really good. Like I'm like, okay, I got 4 people saying he's really good. Dude, he gets up there and it's like
Bad.
real bad. I'm like, how is it real this bad? And like I'm not being real judgy or anything, but like it killed the vibe of everything. And then the place got mad at me for letting him
Yeah,
get up there.
The venue can get mad.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say no
Raimi,
from now
Raimi
on.
Lynn's watching, and that's how we met her.
Oh yeah, we got her up there.
We,
She
we were
sounded
we were,
awesome.
we were playing at White Elephant at in the Stockyards.
Yeah.
And we just got back from a break, and she goes, "Hey, there's a light on in your guitar," and I was like, "What?" She goes, "I think your battery's going dead," and I was like, "Are you a musician?" Because like not just anybody's gonna notice that, you know.
Right.
She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You want to play?" And she got up and like killed it. Amazing. So we've been friends ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the story you hope for, but man, this guy ruined it for me because it put me in a bad spot with the venue that booked me. You know.
Raimi said, "I've had some good experiences with that, but also recently witnessed a disaster at a friend show." Yeah, it could go terribly wrong.
One time we're playing at this place, and this lady walks up, and she's like, "Hey, do you mind if I go and sing a song?" And I'm like, no, let's
This
not
is
do
the
it.
best.
And she's like, "Come on." She's like, I want rock song," and I was like, What do you mean rock song? She's like, rock song, the rock song. And I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, old dude starts playing Back in Black. Down, and the dude's playing guitar with something. No. And she's like, yeah, that one. She walks over, and I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
And the whole band just falls in.
Everybody jumps in,
Really?
starts
Like-
playing it.
and I'm like, you guys know.
And Jim's like, don't do it.
And this chick walks up, she gets the mic, and she got all this confidence, man. And she's like, and the first words were great. She's like, Back in Black. Who's that? Who's the man in there? Bad Mac.
Yeah.
And I was like,
She turned into Vince Neil. Like, it was so bad.
And then you can't get him away.
I said, oh, hell.
And then finally the band just fell off.
We're like,
this
oh,
is bad.
This is not good.
And I was like, I told you guys. And then I was like, all right, yeah. So like, let's hear it for. And I was like, what's your name? And she comes over to tell me. She gets right in my ear, and then she just licks my neck all the way from
all the way
bottom, all the way up to my. And I was like, don't do that. And my wife's just sitting right there staring at me, laughing, and I'm like, don't do that. Like, oh God. And then at the end of the night, she's telling him, she's like, I can heal you with my rocks.
Oh my word.
She goes, I can do things with my mind. I see, you see that banner on the wall up there? I can move it with my mind. I go, move it.
Do it.
But I don't want to. I go, well, want to. I want to see you do it. Because I don't want to right now. But if I wanted to, I can move it over here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to see you move it. I don't want to. And then she's like, if you come to my store, I have rocks and I can heal your heart with my rocks. I have magic rocks. And I'm like, is that meth? Like, what is that? Your magic rocks.
You light on fire and smoke it?
Yeah, sorry, those are not magic rocks.
Now, for the low price of $99.99.
Those are drugs, babe, not magic rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is that what the dealer told you?
This guy brings me magic rocks. And I see things. And I can move it with my mind.
All of them are milky. I don't know why they're all white rocks.
We could write a book, man, on just the weird things.
Y'all got stories.
You should go on tour with us.
Yeah. I'll open for y'all just for the stories.
It follows us around, the weirdness.
Yeah, it's me. I can walk into Dollar General and it's like 3 different weird things will happen. Always weird things. People ask me, they're like, how do you have so many stories? And I'm like, because things just happen to me. Yep. And it may be because I'm like aware, because I want to find funny things. Like, and most things I can make funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I just see weird things all the time. It's I can stop at the gas station and something weird happens in front of me. I don't know why. I have a magnet. A weird magnet.
Yeah, you do. I've seen it.
Like,
it's good for the stories.
That's my superpower.
And
like Magneto, you know, on the on the.
But you're a weird magnet.
Yeah, but I just pull weird people to me.
Yeah.
Come talk to me. Be my friend.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The weirder, the more drawn they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come stalk me. Come find me. I have this.
Don't.
There's this meth lady that stalks my YouTube page for all my songs.
You serious?
Yeah, she comments on them all the time, and she had a famous uncle, like a famous singer-songwriter. I won't say who, but she has a famous uncle, right? And I talked to her cousin about it, and I'm like, "Do you know this lady?" And she's like, "Yeah, she's the method of the family. She's like really strung out." And I'm like, "That makes sense why she likes my songs." They speak to me. Puts weird stuff on there.
No, he wrote a Supernatural song one time that we don't play anymore because every time we played it, weird stuff would happen. Like he got electrocuted in the eyeball one time.
Are you guys serious right now?
I had a dream, all right? So I dreamed this dream that I was writing songs for my dreams. Like when I lived in this house, I kept having these dreams and I would just get up and write the song.
Yeah.
Right? And then I had a dream where this guy that was, I couldn't see his face. It was just black. And he leaned over and was whispering in my ear, and he said, the words you write aren't things you've seen. The words you write belong to me. Like he couldn't write songs, so he was telling me what to write. Right? And then,
God.
Yeah, and so, and then he kept saying stuff about Johnny Cash and stuff, right? So I wrote this song, is it Johnny or is it Jack?
And dude, I'm not kidding you. I still get the freaking chicken skin.
I see it, man.
And I got it. It was like 3 a.m, and I got up and I wrote it and I recorded it.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. with it was dark and I just had candles, and I recorded it and I put it on Facebook. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, the first person that commented on it was someone that was kin to Johnny Cash that I didn't even know I was friends with on Facebook.
This is
and
before
he goes,
the Johnny Cash movie
This is before
came
the
out.
movie come out, and he says, "Man, no one's ever wrote a song about." Jack. And I'm like, who is Jack? And he's like, that was Johnny's brother that died. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know the story.
Dude, in this song, like,
and I dreamed this.
Now I'm getting chills.
Yeah, and I was thinking more like whiskey. Like, is it
Right.
Johnny or Jack? Like, I didn't think of it being a person. And then when that movie come out, and I was like, oh crap.
But so
I met that guy.
I didn't believe it, but
in a dream.
Every single time we've ever played it, we get to the chorus,
Something happens,
and stuff starts going haywire around us when we get to the chorus.
The first time I played it for Jeb, he was sitting in a chair and
I got paralyzed.
Yeah, he couldn't move. It was like he's like I got cold and I couldn't.
That's never happened to me before, but I was like I couldn't move. My arms and legs were like.
And we didn't think about it being the song even at the time. And then every time I played it, something happened. And I played it one time. These guys were like, "Oh," I was telling them the story, and they're like, "Oh, that's crap. You're making that up." Well, there was a pin, and it was laying out on the desk like this, right? And so I'm playing this song, and they're all like looking around, waiting for something to happen, like, And I get to the chorus, and this pin explodes. Like it comes off we're all sitting like this. It explodes in between us, and pieces of this pin go. And they're like, stop playing that song.
Yeah.
Don't play it. I was like, told you.
And it's not just, I took it home.
Just playing acoustic? Or
yeah.
Well,
We're sitting right here in this room in the barn.
Because at first I was like.
I got witnesses there. We all saw it happen.
Oh, my word.
At first I thought that I was
Talk
like.
about end of the party. That ends it real quick.
I was like, this is a really powerful song.
Everybody's like, bye.
I take it home. I'm like, all right, we're going to cut this one. Before all bad, weird stuff started happening, the ominous feel, when he first showed me the song, I'm like, we're going to do something with that, and so I start writing like a guitar part to it, so I had to learn the words. So I'm at home and I'm in San Saba, I'm sitting on my front porch. I got the porch light on. It's nighttime. There's hardly anything in the sky. It's just moon, right? And I start playing it, and I'm like trying to figure it out, and finally it locked in, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So then I just played the song from the beginning. I'm like, that's it, and so I get to the chorus, and the freaking light burns out, and all of a sudden clouds start moving in, and I'm thinking to myself like no, this is. So I put it down, and then I'm like, okay, and it starts like we're clear. I'm talking clear night. And the clouds start freaking moving in a little bit like this, and all of a sudden it gets like a little darker and a little bit darker, and I'm like, I'm gonna play it again, And so I start playing it, and I get this overwhelming feeling of like dread. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. And we come back, and I tell Jody about it, right? And he's like, no, it's probably not that, And then he goes in there, and we're talking about it, and we're like, we should just like do it like a prayer and cleanse, and then sing it. We did.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And we did, and we hear this big crash out here in the middle of the song, and we're like, we go out here, and there used to be these metal sliding doors on the outside of the barn right there before those big wood doors, and we walk back there, and the doors have been twisted and ripped off.
Like a tornado came through, but there was no wind. It was
dead still outside.
And we were like, okay, we're never playing that song ever again.
Never again.
Guys.
They put that one away forever. Like that. I think if we recorded that song, it would probably destroy the world.
Yeah. And one night I played it, and I heard something it sounded like somebody was standing right there behind the stage. And I went to look to see who it was, and there was like a light bulb that had been broken. And when it was dark, and when I looked around, it the thing went in my eye, and it shocked my eyeball.
It freak you out.
I'm glad y'all quit playing that song.
You want to hear it?
No.
No.
No. Stop. No, because it's.
I actually am fine not hearing it.
Ramey just said, let's hear it.
I'm fine not hearing it. I don't like interacting with the dark.
Ramey's
I'm not joking.
Ramey's being all tough. She's like, I'm in Michigan. I ain't that. But it could go through the internet and get you. So
I'm not joking about this. Like, this is serious.
It was serious, yeah.
I mean,
it was creepy.
It still gets it is a supernatural song. Something about that song is not good.
Yeah.
And I really do think something put that in your head.
I do too.
Do you think it's the lyrics or the chords?
It's all of it. It's the chords too.
I'm sure you guys have thought about it a lot. I mean, like frequency, lyrics, words.
But it was so real.
Combination.
Dude, it was so
it's
real.
The whole thing.
My dreams, I didn't have dreams like that until my coma, and after I died and came back twice, now I have dreams and they're like a movie. You know what I mean? They're it's different. When I was in a coma, the whole thing was a movie. It was I could write a movie on it. It was I was in a different world, and I had all these things that happened. I can still remember every detail, what every person looked like.
Wow.
When I came out of it, I was telling my dad because he did some things that I didn't want my mom to know he did, so I made her leave the room to tell him what happened, and he was like, none of that happened because you were in a coma. I was like, no, like this is what happened. It's crazy. And some things that I dreamed actually came true. Like I told the doctors everything that happened to me in that dream, right? And one of the things was the police. People were trying to defund the police, and they were like, what? That would never happen in a million years, ever. And I was like, yeah, it does. They're trying to defund the police.
And then it started
And
happening.
then it happened like while I was still there at the hospital, and they were like,
Yeah, and then, you know, imagine waking up and the world is quarantined and, you know, people switch teams. And
yeah, I woke up and...
Is that when that went down?
Yeah, it was like right when the COVID hit. And so when I came out of it, everybody was quarantined. And it wasn't when I went into it. When I came out of it. And then the first thing I saw was everybody's quarantined and Tom Brady played for Tampa Bay. And I was like, how long have I been gone? Timmy, you're so old. It was like a bad Doritos commercial.
You've been in a coma for 10 years. No, I haven't. It's only been like 2 months.
Why do I have a long beard?
I was wondering how we were going to segue out of the story about the song. Congratulations. That was well done.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that.
Welcome to our weird morning show.
This is my new favorite morning show.
We went way over, too. That's okay. I know the boss. He's cool. Tell everybody where they can find your music and stuff, though, because we kind of got away from that.
Oh, that's fine. I'm having a ball. I drive 2 hours every morning for stuff like this.
Just come do the morning show with us anytime.
Ben Coleman Music on Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify, or Spotify Ben Coleman. If you're a website person, Ben Coleman Official.
You probably got all the links right there on that, too.
All the links right there.
Cool. That's the way to do it. Go
the
to
OnlyFans is on there, too.
I got to get me one of those.
It's only for fans.
Yeah, only. My Coleman Cooler
today
endorsement.
I would like to get on there and be like, and today we're going to focus on the ceiling fan.
Oh my!
Tune in tomorrow for the hand fan. I'm Jordy Lee, a fan of fans.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Man, you guys are awesome. You got a good thing going here.
My screen name will be Fanny. Fanny Lee.
Fanny Lee.
My OnlyFans. Fanny Lee.
Take a load off Fanny.
You want to see my Fanny?
Take a load for free.
You want to see
Take a load off
Just have a
Fanny.
fan be like, hi, you here to see my Fanny? There you go.
I did not know what I was walking into this morning.
Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. I've been staring at these.
You don't see nothing
Get your cookie, man.
You don't see nothing but OnlyFans on my page.
Homemade
Just
last
fans.
night.
Man, I tell you something. Chocolate chip and Oreos, speaking my language.
Raimi was singing that too on here. Take a load off Fanny. Y'all are thinking the same.
We're on a wavelength, Raimi.
We better get out of here. Hey, thank you, Ben. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank y'all so much.
Come back and see us, and of course we'll be spinning your single. It's out now everywhere, so be sure to request it wherever you listen to music and spread the word, spread the gospel.
Bro.
Ben Coleman.
I'll be back to cut a song in this here studio. This place is special,
Heck
man.
yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
That would be awesome. Just don't do any creepy ones that get you.
Won't be doing that.
Yeah, you don't want to get followed by ghosts.
I know that's right.
Thanks for bringing that up, Jeb. Appreciate it. I kind of forgot about
We're
it.
trading stories.
Now I feel all creeped out. All right, we got to get out of here. Thanks to our sponsors making it possible for us to do this every morning, like our friends over at Triple Crown Ford and Lincoln.
Let the horses run.
And brought to you by Double D Barbecue.
Where you don't need no teeth to chew. Sorry.
That's for chewing the chocolate
I
chip
breathed
cookie.
in some cookie.
He's all hopped up on cookie dust.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
I just had a vision of the Cookie Monster on a chopping up cookies on a table.
That's messed up.
You gonna eat those crumbs? The morning run brought to you by Brazos River Air Conditioning.
If you need help with your AC,
Call Lacey. You
be a lot cooler if you did.
You can find him online, BrazosRiverAC.com. And brought to you by Cannonball Insurance Solutions.
Cannonball!
Nailed it. See here, that was like an Olympic splash. Like, bloop. No splash.
Yep. Hairless.
All right. Ben, you got to finish our sentence. It is tradition. Whatever pops in your mind, there's no wrong answers. Just the first thing you think of. Just
don't even think of it.
Nah, just whatever pops in your mind, just say it. It's all right. So till next time, remember, take it easy. And if it's easy,
take it hard.
Perfect.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I apologize. I forgot you were there. You may go now. Well. Bye.